All right, so this is like the terminal. It works just like any sort of centralized exchange, or if you're used to using a DEX, it's pretty straightforward. You execute trades directly on the terminal. So what we've set you up here is with a 100K funded account at Breakout. So we have...
Explain to chat how that works.
We got GOAT, we got all the good shit. So we're an evaluation-based prop firm. So effectively what you have to do before you get funded is you have to pass an evaluation. So we have two types. One is a one-step, meaning you only have to pass one phase to get funded. You've got to earn 10% on your account. The other one is a two-step where you got to pass two phases. On phase one, you got to earn 5%. On phase two, you got to earn 10%. The only difference between the two is the two-step, it's a little harder to pass because you got to do two phases, but you get more drawdown to work with. Okay. The one step, you get less drawdown, but you only got to pass once. So what we've been seeing a massive amount of people doing is trading meme coins with us. Because a lot of meme coin guys, you don't have 100 grand, $1 million, like some of these guys like I Draw a Line and shit to slug into charts, right?
Yeah.
So with us, if you get funded with a 100K account, to buy the 100K account, it's $800. So it's pretty low cost to get in. And if you pass, you're now trading a $100,000 account, and we'll give you up to 2x leverage on altcoins, 5x on Bitcoin and ETH. So on GOAT, I don't think we have loose, but on GOAT, on all these altcoins we got, so you can just look on the side there, that's all the coins we got. We got like 130. You can open up a $200,000 position. Yeah, we have 50K accounts. We have as low as 5K. Our lowest account's 5K, the biggest is 100K. So we've got, I think, like 25 meme coins at this point. Like we just added ACT today. We've got GOAT. We've got Peanut. We've got all of the fucking coins that you're going to probably want to trade. Generally, these are coins that are already trading on centralized exchanges. So this is not
terrible,
gonna be
doesn't it?
I don't think it looks as good as GOAT. Like I think.
How beautiful is GOAT?
I think GOAT looks way better.
Fucking went so dick deep in GOAT yesterday, man.
Yeah, good, man. I saw you. I feel like my motivational speech got you hyped up.
Oh, dude, it had me so fired up, man.
Someone like clipped it and they put music behind it.
Oh, it was so good. It went like 50K views too. It went crazy.
Yeah, dude. The cheapest account's 5K. It's $50. So,
okay, so I have a max account here.
This is a max account, and
100K balance.
You can have two of these, so you can manage up to 200K at one time with us. And so that's a lot of money when you're dealing with meme coins that can go up 50, 60% in a day. So unless it's on a centralized exchange, we're not going to have it. So it's got to be on like Bybit or OKX or Binance, and then we'll add it.
So is that like a legal thing, or you just tend to wait?
That's just where we pull our liquidity from. So we're pulling our liquidity directly from the centralized exchange. So you're going to have deep liquidity. You're going to have a good order book. Like, look at Bonk right now, dude. Bonk is absolutely fucking ripping.
Already, right? Let's see.
So what a lot of people are doing with us, and they're crushing, is they're trading meme coins with, like, look at this thing. Look at how much this is up in a day. So with Breakout, you could be trading this with a 100K account with 2x leverage. I don't know about you guys, but I don't think a lot of people have access to 200K to ape into meme coins. So Breakout offers you capital. It's like a form of leverage. And I mean, we have people crushing it, man. We're at all-time high in traders this month, all-time high in payouts, all-time high in volume. Like, people are absolutely crushing, and the majority of what people trading right now are meme coins. I think last week our top five traded coins, 3 of them were meme coins.
Wow.
Bonk, it was Doge, Popcat, and GOAT. So people are using this to just ape into meme coins, and you get a ton of leverage. Really, you can trade a huge account.
Hey, how do I go to market cap on here?
This doesn't show market cap or anything like that.
Can it
this
show
is like a
show it on the chart or no?
No, this is like a centralized exchange. So this is what you'd see trading on Bybit.
Yeah, gotcha.
Right?
Gotcha.
So for those of you, this is not like pump fun. This is more like, you know, stuff that's graduated and then it's now starting to get listed as perps on centralized exchanges. That's what you're going to be able to trade here.
How beautiful is this?
So once you're live and you have an account, any money you make on this account, up to 90% of what you make, you can withdraw. So if I give you $100 account, a 100K account, and you make 100 grand, you can get paid out up to $90,000 of that.
Damn.
And we keep the difference.
So how do you make money?
So,
People just bust out. Like most people just don't make it.
So trading is hard. We make money a few ways. I'm gonna drop your affiliate link in the chat here. So if people want to sign up, here's Threadguy's link.
Do I get paid for this?
Yeah, anyone who buys through you, you'll get a little piece.
Oh, sick.
So if you want to, someone asked a question about how we make money. So obviously a lot of people bust, like that's just trading. A lot of people fail. We also will A-book traders. If you're really good, we make money when you make money, right? So if we're A-booking you and you make money, we're taking those same trades based on the trades you're taking. We're making money as well. I just clicked the link and it worked fine. And we also have other ways that we, generate income with partnerships with exchanges and things like that. But this is a really good tool for people who are low on capital. That's why I thought it was so good for your audience, because if you're trying to make a little bit into a lot, we got a lot of people that will buy an account with us. They put in $800. They're pulling out 10 Gs. So not a lot of places you can do that.
All right,
links are censored for us. I don't know, maybe you gotta post it. I put it in Discord.
All right, I'll grab it.
That's the link that they need if they want to sign up.
Hey, I'm gonna DM it to you on Twitter. Let's see here.
Yeah, the deep state is in your chat, just censoring the links.
Hey, can you send me a Telegram, man? Do you have me on Telegram?
Is it the same as your Discord?
Threadguy.eth, D-O-T-E-T-H.
Got you. So for all of you guys in the chat, like what you want to be doing, if you're trying to run up bags, I'm not saying you should only trade on Breakout. You should be trading everywhere, right? You got to have accounts on, BullX or Photon, whatever it is you're on, using Trojan bots, you're using centralized exchanges. This is just another tool for you to make money. And the beauty of it is you can make a lot and your downside is fixed. So you're not going to get rugged holding a meme coin on here, because if you breach your account, the only money you lose is whatever you paid for the evaluation. So for an 100K account, the most you're going to lose is $800. But the upside is if you earn 20, 30% on a 100K account, you're getting a fat payout. So I'm going to show you some very basic stuff that you can do and your audience can implement to start actually trading meme coins, just like I trade Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, because it works on meme coins as well. The most basic forms of TA work on all markets, including meme coins. So I'll show you. Go the GOAT chart. Let's start over there. Yes, this works in the UK, the US, Canada, basically everywhere, unless you're on the OFAC list.
Huh.
So go to the weekly.
Oh, weekly. Interesting. Wow.
So I'm gonna. Oh, we don't have enough history. Go to the daily then. Sorry.
Daily, probably, right? I mean, this looks pretty beautiful right here, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks insane. So notice those red candles that occur before the move up, right?
Right here.
So take that line, those ones, and the one right there in the middle, that red candle right before price legs up there.
This right here?
Yes, right there. So mark that out.
Like a horizontal line?
Yep.
Right here?
Yeah, you can use horizontal line, you can use a box, whatever you want.
Okay.
And I would move it up just a little bit, just to that the top of it there, that top of that little spike, right around $1. Can't believe this shit's at 123. Goddamn.
Right here?
It's flying. Yeah, exactly. So I call these order blocks. I'm sure you guys have seen me talk about these on Twitter before. These things work like money on meme coins. So if you go look at most meme coins on the daily chart, on the 4-hour chart, what I want you to start doing is marking out the red candles that form before a big move up happens. So you can see what he's done here is he's marked out those red candles there before this most recent pump occurred, right? So the logic here is very simple. If price comes back to that 95-cent area, that's where the fuck you want to buy. And this happens on meme coins every single day on all different time frames over and over and over again. So I always get people asking me, like, how do I know when to buy? Like, it's going up forever. I don't know when to buy. You want to look at when the last move originated. Where did that move begin? And the idea here is if price comes back to that area, that's where the fuck you buy. So let's go down to an even lower time frame, and I'll show you this in action because it happened, I'm pretty sure. Go to the 4-hour. Let me look at that real quick. Okay, beautiful. So yes, 100%. So do you see that red candle that's occurred right before this most recent massive green one? At this most recent pump, no, the newest one, that red candle right there, that's what I'm marking out immediately when I pull up this chart. I use a box. I'm known as the big box guy. Same thing we call your mother. So this is trading view. So I think it's next to the paintbrush. The paintbrush, I think. Yeah, there you go. Rectangle. So you mark that thing out, and I just cover the entire red candle, and I drag it out in time, so it's a little bit forward. If price comes back to that, that's where you buy GOAT. Now, I'm going to show you an example in the past here. So go to, let me just pull it up on my chart. So go to right before this most recent run up here. I'm just pulling it up.
Okay.
GOAT.
God, this is so beautiful, man.
Dude, GOAT looks insane. GOAT looks insane. I'm happy for my homie who has a fat bag, and that's you as well.
So, like, would you have boxed this whole, like, could you have boxed this, like, from, like...
So I'm going to show you where the most recent box was. Go to November 6th, 2024.
November 6th.
See those red candles right there?
Here.
Before those, 2 over.
Oh, yeah, this right here.
Yeah. Now draw that out in time.
Forward? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you see how that's where the higher low formed?
Yeah.
So the idea here is you're just assuming that support is going to continue to be support. The chart is bullish. So whenever price retests those red candles, generally the thought process is who's ever pumping this chart, they're going to want to defend that price.
So on this bounce right here on November 9th, when it came back in,
that was the low.
That was the buy, yeah.
So now that new bounce, that new box that I had you draw before this most recent pump, that's the new box to watch, where if price goes up, it consolidates a bit, but if it comes back to that box, that's where you reload.
And then
that's
bounce off it again. November 12th, it bounced off it again.
And you can do this on any chart, on any altcoin, on Bitcoin itself. This is exactly how I got into the long that led us to all-time high. And they're called order blocks. The best place to use them is the 4-hour and the daily, but you can go on the lower time frames and use them as well. But the concept is very simple. It's that this is where the buying occurred to cause price to move up. So if price comes back there, that's where you want to buy. And what this allows you to do is you're not chasing. Because if you're looking at GOAT right now, it's up 30% today. Like, that's hard to buy. Like, if you opened up the GOAT chart right now, like, are you going to buy it? Like, it's tough. You're like, it's already up. It's a big green candle. Where do I buy? This is where you buy. You wait for it to come back to that box. This is where you buy.
So if it comes back to like a bill, like $1.
Ape it.
You're aping.
Ape it.
How do you tell? How do you tell if the run is cooked? Like, how do you know if it comes back to a bill or $1 is not going back to 75 cents in the bottom box?
So that's the thing. If the box fails, that's probably a pretty good sign that it's going to trade to the next one below it.
Got it.
Right? So as the trend continues, it should keep respecting these levels as long as it's bullish. Right? As long as it's bullish, it should keep going, keep going, keep going. Do you have a deck screener with GOAT up?
Yeah. Right here.
So click up that up at the top there. So on the deck screener, go to GOAT on the daily, I believe.
God, look at that fucking thing.
It's insane. Looks amazing.
So you would have drawn...
So look at the big red box right at the start of the chart there. The big red candle right at the start of the chart.
Yeah, right here.
One below. Yeah.
You called that, right? Like 180.
Yeah, I posted this on Twitter.
Why did you post that?
Same logic that I just explained to you. So that's the down candle before the rally. So if price ever comes back to it, I want to buy. And so if you mark out those 2 consecutive red candles there before that first rally to like 750, just to the right, those 2 red candles.
You're going like here?
The 2 red ones. No, to the right, the red ones. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now expand that out in time.
All right, let's go like.
You left clicked.
Did I fuck it up?
Yeah, we gotta work on your charting skills. There you go. Click
right
it now.
Right?
Yeah. So I posted this on Twitter, and people are like, "Why would you buy there?" Well, that's the area that was selling before the actual rally happened. So if price ever comes back there, you buy.
Do you respect
what was
these
happening?
Wicks? Like, do you respect it? Like, do you box this whole wick?
I will use the whole box for sure, and I'm buying within it as long as it's with holding that area. And they're going to be different sizes, of course. It depends. But as long as it's respecting that area, it's a buy. So when you were on Twitter, what was happening that day? Everyone was shitting their pants, right? Goat was down 70%. And I posted on Twitter, and I said, if it's going to bounce, this is exactly where it fucking bounces from.
Damn. Can we look at
and so this is repeatable on all time frames across all assets.
So how do you
it doesn't
chart
matter.
Goat from here? Like, are you boxing this range like right in here?
100%.
That's what we just
and if
did,
it comes
right?
back there, if it comes back there, that's the next area that you want to see hold.
And if it fails 700, we're fucked basically until like.
It's not that we're fucked, but like we might just get a larger correction, right? But you can continue to be aggressive until it fails. So like go back to the breakout terminal and pull up Bitcoin on the 4-hour chart.
Wow.
So do you not see those red candles before that big rally up to 92?
Yeah,
Look
right
where
here.
price bottom.
Yeah. So would you do the whole? Like.
I would just do the very last 2 red candles before the big spike up in green. So those 2 last red candles before the move up.
Wick 2.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like here then.
And so what happened over the last couple of days, right? Bitcoin's looking a little sketchy.
Wow, you could have
People
pulled
like
the fuck out of this 87.
You not coulda, I did.
How do you?
Right?
Okay,
so,
here's my question: is like when it's like here, and those 2 red candles just happened. I guess you're going off the prior red candles, like.
I wait. The red candles don't matter until we push up.
Until you push up, then it validates.
The way that people get fucked in trading is right when price is going down, they're freaking the fuck out and they're selling, and when price is going up, they're freaking the fuck out and they're buying. You need to reverse your thinking. I want to buy red candles. I want to sell green candles, right? It's the exact opposite of what the standard person thinks
you want
when
to buy
you're
red candles, sell green candles. I like that.
Yeah, you don't want to be chasing the green, right? You want to buy when people are freaking the fuck out and they think the rally's over. They think so. The last 3 days on Bitcoin, oh, it's below 90K again. What do you see on your timeline? I saw a bunch of people calling for 80, right? Like, oh, it's going back to 80. It's going to 81. And I'm looking at my chart. I said, hey, it's into support. So I'm just going to buy. And I'm just going to wait.
So what does this do from here? Like, is it like retest the top of the box? Like it bounces off?
I would like to see it. Yeah, maybe it retests the top of the box, but I'd like to see it just make a new high now.
So ideally. So would you go like resistance right here?
I think you want to see it close above that high. Exactly. I want to see us close above there, and then we probably go to 100.
So like, would you if it bounced off 93, failed, came back to like the top of this box, and then tested resistance again, you're bidding? Are you bidding that breakout?
Yeah. Well, look at that red candle that's just formed before the last 2 green ones. That's your new area of support.
That's your new area of support. So if you bounce off this box, we're chilling.
Then we're looking for it to go higher.
How do you do price targets on something like Bitcoin here?
So once you're in price discovery, it's fucking completely made up, right? Like, so people who are like, Bitcoin's going to 170K, they have all these fucking colorful bullshit lines and reasonings for why it might do that. That's all completely made up. There's no actual way to tell where price is going to stop when there's no previous levels. When there's previous levels, I'll look at old highs and lows, old areas where price was chilling at, and I'll target there. But when we're an all-time high, it's anybody's guess. Some people will use like Fibonacci and they'll use like extensions and be like, it's just measured moves, but there's no way to know for sure. A lot of that is kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Okay.
People will fuck with the data to try and get it to work with what they believe is, fits their bias.
And
But
you know
so
what's
this
funny
kind of
about this is this.
yeah.
We drew this here, but when you pull all the way back, it respects the prior.
Yeah, dude. So these levels respects the old highs. Exactly. So that's just like an SR level. So here, delete those boxes. You could literally just draw a horizontal line over that last high. So one of the best setups for meme coins is retesting a prior all-time high. So just put a horizontal line on the old all-time high there. Just a little bit lower. Notice how it came up. It was retesting the prior all-time high, and then as soon as it broke through, it fucking ripped.
Tested,
right? So that's like a very common setup for meme coins. If you go look at other meme coins,
so like right
and
here,
you just
it tests, it fails, and then it turns it into support, right? Bounce, bounce,
exactly,
bounce, and then it went.
exactly. And you can do this on all of your fucking meme coins. All of your fucking meme coins.
Ask me about zero, bro.
All right, Frank wants zero, bro. Let's see.
What is zero, bro?
Yo.
It's the Walmart Goat.
What up, bro? It's
Hey,
the Walmart Goat.
Get OG's headphones.
Say what?
We'll plug you in. Yeah, it's the Walmart Goat. What do you want, daily?
I need zero, bro. I need jogging.
So, all right, let's see this. So you would go like this if I was main. The last two red candles, like you would throw the joints here.
That one last red candle, just the very last red candle. Yeah, that red candle right there. So I would buy this on a retest of that box. I'd actually also buy this on a retest of the old all-time high.
Oh, really? So if it came here, should I draw it?
So I would probably take 2 stabs at it. So let's say I want to buy 100K worth.
So old all-time high would be.
Can't hear him.
He's not talking.
What's up, dude?
You hear him?
No.
You don't hear him?
I hear him. Yeah. So mark that out right there.
I can hear him great, Frank.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Just fuck with the settings for a minute. Yeah, how's that right here?
Yeah. So those 2 levels right there, like that's where I'm buying if it gets a pullback.
Okay, so if this shit comes back to 120, you're bidding.
What about selling?
So let's say you want to buy 100K. I'd buy 50K at the blue line and 50K at the purple
The
box.
top of the so 100, 120, then down to 100.
Yeah, exactly.
If you
Because if it's
change-
bullish, it shouldn't go lower than there.
Okay, so it rejected, came down to the bottom of our thing, broke through, test. So this, I mean, this looks like it's going to like 250, doesn't it?
I mean, the way that it's consolidating above its current all-time high, assuming the rest of the market remains bullish, like I don't see how this doesn't
Like, would you draw
gap up
another
another
line?
100
Would you
mil.
draw another line like right here?
Yeah, so what you could do is draw a line there, right? What time frame are you on? The 4-hour?
4 hour.
So if it gets a 4-hour close through, I don't know, 170, right? Does that look like the high there? 165.
Yeah, like
4-hour
165.
close. A 4-hour close through there probably makes a substantially new higher high. Look at what happened last time. It retested that old high and then it pulled.
I like this technical analysis thing. This is that. You know what, man? This is making a lot of sense. Agree.
So the way that you got to think about it, right,
This is going
is
higher.
these meme coins trade like penny stocks.
Yeah.
Right? And so there's large players who are controlling these markets. Like they're the ones deciding when the breakout's going to happen. They're people who are defending price floors. Some of the coins that are bigger will straight up have market makers like Wintermute or whatever, like managing this stuff. And these you can chart what they're doing, right? Like if price is holding a level, like that's them defending the level. And so you just kind of want to say, okay, well, where would they buy? That's where I want to fucking buy. And I think the problem most people make with meme coins is they're buying the green candle. They're afraid to buy the red candle.
Yeah.
And the way that you buy the red candle is by just doing some very basic TA. You say, okay, well, where was price previously? They moved it up after consolidating on whatever this is, zero, bro. They've been consolidating here for like a few days now. Right. So once that breaks out, if it ever comes back to that consolidation, that area should get defended. That's like the basic logic behind it.
I got chopped out of this. Well, partly because I was being retarded and impatient. I got chopped out of this bag on like this candle right here. How would you have charted if it was live? Like if we're like here, how would you have charted this? Before the green, basically before this fucking massive green candle.
Yeah,
sold
so
it.
make the chart like bigger by going to the right side there and just like squeezing it up so I can just see like the candles look bigger.
So I
So
sold
the
like here.
same, so look at the red candle on November the 9th. See that red candle right there before price rallied and made a fresh high?
This right here.
Yeah.
No,
Box up?
the 9th. Go back like 5 candles, 6 candles.
Oh.
Keep going, keep going, keep going.
This
I'll
one
tell
here?
you when you get there. No, lower, lower, lower. 2 more.
This-
That one.
Cool.
So see how price is kind of consolidating there? And then
Yeah.
it puts in a big green candle. To me, that big green candle means buyers are stepping in.
Okay. So, you
So
would've
the
boxed
move
this
that
here.
occurred, I would have boxed that single red candle right before that big green move.
Damn, and I would not have sold.
Because to me, and you can move it up 2 candles there to the red candle just to the right twice. Like yeah, there, perfect. So because to me that little consolidation there, it doesn't look like much, but look what happened after that consolidation. Price went from 60 to 120. It doubled. So the logic is very simple. Like if it comes back to 60, they're gonna defend that price if it's gonna continue to move up, because that's what they do, right? They base it, they pump it, then as it pulls back, what's happening? People like you are selling your fucking bag back to who? To them. They just got you to buy at 120. And then they slowly drop back down, drop back down, drop back down to 60. You're like, fuck it, I puke. They buy back, it doubles again. And it just is rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And so this is super, it's a lot more sophisticated in like Bitcoin and Ethereum now, because there are very smart players. There are, you know, HFT algos running. There's hedge funds trading, super sharp guys. These meme coins are not trading in a sophisticated way at all for the most part. Like these could be even regular people who have accumulated most of the supply. So there's a really good paper you should read called Wolong, The Game of Deception. So if you're a crypto OG, you know who Wolong is. Wolong was one of like the very first guys who was pumping and dumping meme coins, and this is exactly how he explains it. And this is it's older than 7 years. This shit's from like 2020, 2014, and he talks about exactly what I'm explaining to you here. They accumulate, they rally, they distribute, they reaccumulate, and he's basically explaining to you how to do a pump and dump, right? Like if you were to run a coin, because that's what these guys did back in the day.
Thing?
Yeah, same shit.
Dude, man,
like
you're all dropping like real bait. I'm not gonna lie, like this is next level. I have like more questions. Sorry, I'm just hopping in. Can I
No, bro, fire away.
One question
but yeah.
for you before Frank. Are you boxing these 3 reds right here before fucking price rips?
Yes.
So like I would go right.
So price is up 25% from those down candles, right? So if I'm making, the way I like to think of it is, what would I do if I was market making the chart? I'm gonna rip it, and then I'm gonna bleed it back down so people sell, and then I'm gonna buy back at a discount. And I'm gonna rip it again.
So like if this thing gets back in at 1 basically, I guess that's what we said
I think
before.
I think 900 mil to a bill is the rebuy spot on GOAT. That's like a 20-30% pullback. That's low enough to scare the hose. You know?
Yeah. Go ahead, Frank.
Okay. There's like a few coins that I've been in that feel like they're getting bids from God. It feels like it is being market made. There's one, I want to show them one in Pippin. Like, this is a coin we had the founder on too, but recently it had a big dip. But I mean, like, this rally on the way up.
This is daily.
Was it was just like nuts. And when you looked on the when I looked on like if some of these trading platforms have this thing where you see insider buy and sell. So it's when like the dev wallet or somebody that holds a lot sends it to other wallets. And it was like constantly just buying and selling, which felt like it was just on-chain market making. And it's just going up, up, and up. How would you like chart this? Because I'm curious. It felt like this is one of those coins you're describing where bigger players have stepped in. Because it felt like for no reason it went to 60 mil. Like.
So on the 4 hour here, Threadguy, take the horizontal line tool, and then after you click it, go down and click the pencil below the magnet. Below the magnet on the left still.
Got it.
So click the pencil.
I did.
Okay, so now at that very first red candle there, right, stop, one more over.
It's fair.
Just at the top of, no, not that one, the next one, that big body red candle before that weird looking one.
Yeah. Oh, this right here. I got it.
So box line right there. Yeah.
Wow.
Whoa.
Right?
Yeah.
And now do the one on the next consolidation, like, you know, a few candles over on like the 13th.
This right here.
13.
Keep going, 13th, couple more.
This.
So up there.
Top
And
of
now
it?
the top of that red candle
The
right
wick?
there as
Wick or
well.
the body?
Not that one, the one to the left, sorry, that next consolidation to the left.
This right here.
So I guess it's the 12th,
Yeah.
not the 13th. There you
Yeah.
go. So draw that one, yeah, top of there. And then again, yeah, where you got that next one is fine too, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, what I'm seeing here is like, this is just getting walked up, right?
It really feels like it, man. Yeah.
It's just getting walked up. And so, 100 fucking subs, let's
I
go.
want to scream him with the 100 subs.
Hey.
My brother, good looks. He likes the Pippin chart. Good
I
looks.
think he
him.
likes
Bro,
the
you
Pippin
must-
chart,
you got-
yeah.
You got like
Chat here.
4,800 subs already,
Word,
man. That's
Cunkin, I love you,
crazy.
man. You're my boy. Good fuck. W's in the chat for him.
So you were
So-
saying, yeah, it feels like it's getting
This shit's
walked
just
up.
get
yeah.
this
yeah.
shit's just getting walked up. But now you see it's given a bigger dip, right?
Mhm.
And so it's coming into an area that I believe should hold. Like it
Mhm.
should absolutely hold this 30 to 44 mil. And you see where he's got that 58 mil line
Yeah.
where you wanted to see that hold and it didn't.
Yes.
So what that tells me is if they get it back above 60 mil, it's gonna fucking fly.
Okay.
So if this gets a 4-hour close above 60 mil, if you aren't aped in already, that's when you ape in on confirmation.
Understood. Okay.
So shit like this, like you just, it 100%, you're right. You can tell
Yeah.
when it's getting walked up, and it happens at obvious levels. And the whole point of TAing these charts is to try and predict what price levels they're gonna defend,
Yeah.
right? And then that's where you want to buy, basically, right?
Makes a lot.
So, like-
makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
So like to me, this dip looks good. Like
Yeah.
this is exactly where I'd want the dip to hold if it's gonna
Wow.
hold.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because you know one thing I wonder these days is like sometimes you get in coins. Now there's so many, man. Sometimes you get in coins where you like the coin a lot, but it doesn't feel like it's getting walked up. You know, and then I'm in other bags where it feels like wow, like this thing it just has this like it just keeps going higher and higher, even if there's no catalyst or no reason. So for the audience, listen, like, is that something to pay attention to more, or is it more, I don't know, like tangential, or is it not as important?
So, I mean, obviously, anytime that there's a clear entity driving the coin,
Mhm.
there's a few things you gotta consider. One, there's a good chance that it's gonna trade fucking aggressively high, and you're gonna get that volatility that's a lot more predictable.
Yeah.
However, that also tells you that there's probably some pretty smart players who own a lot of the supply.
Mhm.
Maybe not all in one wallet, so you can't track it. It doesn't look bundled or something, right? But who are like at a given moment, like they're gonna fucking nuke this shit. Like they're gonna
Yeah.
fucking, you know, full stack Hitler the chart, and they're just waiting to find out the point in time to do that. But if you're actively trading, because like you trade actively,
Yeah.
those are the best kind of coins to get in because
Yeah.
the scalping is way more predictable.
100%.
Right?
Yeah. The analogy is like very close to poker, where it's like annoying to play poker against people that have no idea how to play at all. Like none of the
Yeah.
strategies work.
It's not predictable. Like
Yeah.
a fish can, you're like, oh, this guy's a fish. It's like, yeah, but a fish can fuck you up because you don't know what they're going to do. You don't know. You're like, wait a minute, you bluffed me with that?
Yeah.
Like, they don't even
Bro,
have
this
an
is the
out.
next level,
This
bro.
is
This is it, bro. Okay, next one, Shog it.
All right, let's do it.
This one, dude, I don't know, man. Like, this is a crazy one. It feels like Binance. I don't know what else to describe it, man. Like, what the fuck? It's on the 4 hour.
Yeah, so a really good analogy for this kind of shit, right, is when an elephant steps in a pool,
Yeah.
right, the ripple's huge. So it's
Man.
hard to be sneaky. It's hard to be stealthy when you're an
Yeah.
entity that is moving fucking size and moving weight. So there's going to be clues within the chart that tell you, right? And that's why there were some people who got into Peanut and ACT before it got Binance listed, because Binance can't get in without there being some receipts, without there being some ripples that you can see. And so the chart hopefully helps you identify some of that stuff, right?
Man, I got shaken. This is where I got shaken out on this chart. I had 1% of this fucking coin. Bought
Okay,
it here.
and I want you to look at the left before the initial rally happened. Is there
Alright.
anything over there that you might think like would probably be a pretty good reason to hold on to that chart, like a retest of that first little all-time high blip.
So this right here.
Like, so look at that the first 2 green candles.
Yeah.
Like what happened? Like it's retesting the first all-time high there, and it held it basically like money. And so you sold the bottom.
I sold.
And I know,
so we went
you
up,
sold,
down, up, down, up, down, up, and then I held through this and I sold it like right here because I was like, fuck this shit.
So look at where. So draw a line at where you sold. Put a horizontal line at where you sold, and then look left.
I sold like right here.
So put a horizontal line right there.
Why is it so short? Hold on, let me fix it.
Put one that goes both ways, like extends to the left.
Oh, that's where I fucked up. Yeah, I sold right here.
Look left, dude. Look at the start of the chart where you sold into. Like you sold into the retest of the initial pump.
Yeah, fuck.
You know what I mean? So if price is ever trending down and you're like, what the fuck? I don't know if this coin's gonna bounce. You want to look left. Don't look at where price is right now. Look at if there's something to the left where price is retesting.
Like it's crazy.
Yo, man, you're fucking. That's next level. Yeah. Okay, makes a
So
lot of sense.
that initial that in that Wolong thing, I highly suggest you read that later. But that initial little rally that happened there, right? So this is the initial accumulation, and then they pumped the fuck out of it. That entire move down. Look at go back to that Wolong thing, and scroll up just a tiny bit, not that far, a little less. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. There's like right there. You see where it says that? Position building, suppression, all that shit. That's how every single altcoin pumps. They build a position, they're suppressing price. So they're selling. They're not letting it break out yet because they're accumulating. Then you get the test pump. That's the first little tease. That's the first little taste. Like, okay, are people going to chase this shit? Right?
Yeah.
They bleed it back down. Then you get the actual pump. Then you get a shakeout. You get that GOAT first initial 50% pullback. Then you get another fucking pump. And then they fucking exit. So this walks you through how a meme coin is market made. And this is like a 10-year-old document. The meme coins you're seeing.
Yeah, who is they?
So in a larger market, it's big players. There's an entity or a group of entities or groups of people who control the supply. To make a chart, you have to own enough of the supply and have enough money to make it do what you want to do. Right? So I'm going to be, and so these smart people, the smart money, the people who are making this chart, because this is not just purely pumping because all of you guys are buying it. Mm-hmm. It's pumping because the person who accumulated this thing, like sub $10 million, is letting it pump. And then it's going to pull back. He's selling, like they create the tops.
Is this where you're drawing this rectangle?
Yeah, I think that rectangle is good. And I know people are going to say, okay, it's a huge rectangle. Where the fuck do I buy? So generally my rule of thumb is the top and the middle is where I would layer into it. So if I was going to buy some, it would be at whatever the top of the rectangle is there. I don't know, 100 mil.
Yeah.
And then I'd buy more at the middle. And that's where I'd want to see it kind of hold if this is going to continue higher.
Fascinating.
So let's try and do this live in action. So go back to Breakout. So let's pick, let's go to GOAT and let's go to like a lower time frame chart. Let's go to like I don't know, let's go like the hourly or something like that.
Hey, by the way, chat, my fucking Breakout link is in the chat. If you want Bane back on here for this, maybe we figure out something long term, but go sign up. All right, hit me.
So I'm looking at the hourly chart on GOAT, and to me, this just looks like it's an uptrend, right?
Oh,
boom,
so
boom,
beautiful.
boom, boom, boom.
Oh my God.
So I'm putting bids at 1.11, and I would put a stop loss at 1.
So like the top,
that would be the trade I'm taking.
The top of this red candle you're bidding.
Yeah, so what I want you to do is go to the left side of price, and there should be a little plus that shows up on near the axis there. The right side, excuse me.
Frank, is you a plus?
No, like where the price levels are, like the numbers on the right-hand side there, like straight up there. Yeah, and then you should see a little plus show up when you hover over a price.
Yeah, you said.
You see the little plus show up there?
Hover. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There you go. So press that.
At like 1.1. Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
anywhere.
okay.
And so now we're gonna go ahead and tick off the box that says protection order.
Protection order.
And now for the order type,
Wow, this is crazy.
limit, right? We're good
Limit.
there. So what price do we want to buy? Let's say 1.1 is where we want to buy. So just type in 1.1. And now tick off stop loss. And let's put in, I don't know, let's put in 0.95, 0.95.
Okay.
And then for take profit, I don't know, let's do something crazy. Let's do like 2.
Yeah.
What's lots?
And so lots is the size of the position. So one lot is $1.25 of goat, right? So let's do, I don't know, 50,000.
Woo! So it's like 30. Okay.
So this is a pretty big position. This is like a, $60,000 position on a meme coin. And you can see there below projected loss, it will show you. If you get stopped out, you're going to lose $7,500.
Okay.
If you're right, you're going to make 45 grand.
This is real money.
So that's,
if I'm right.
this is real money. So if you were to win this trade and you make 45 grand with Breakout, 90% of that you get a withdraw. We keep 10%, up to 90%. So this is not even that big of a trade. You have a $100,000 account,
What if,
and you get 2x leverage. You could double this position and still be fine.
So how frequently is this chart just like ripped to 1.5 and we just never get an entry?
It might happen, but that's the beauty of using TA, right? Is I don't want to chase the green candle. Like the green candle's already happening. I want to buy the red candle. I want to sell the rip. You want to buy the dip, sell the rip. Right? So the smartest players are buying the scary red candle. They're not buying the big fucking 30% green candle. Because what's happening right now is, so go ahead and hit send order, by the way. Just hit send order.
All right, so my buy is right here.
And it will show up on the chart. It'll show you where your buy is. It'll show you where your stop is. And if price comes down there, you're going to get fucking long 50,000 goat.
And if we drop below here, below our box, which we like the box. You think
Yeah, so the reason I put the
order's
stop
too high
there.
Or no?
No, I think it's fine. And the reason I put the stop there is it gives it a little bit of breathing room in case it goes a little bit below that box. But to me, like this is how you can, this is like a combination between what you do and what Frank does, right? Because what you do is you're buying coins and you're hoping to go up, right? Mm-hmm. And I usually tell people hope is not a trading strategy. It works in a bull run.
Yeah.
Right? Like when things are ripping. But what Frank does is a lot more calculated. He's taking calculated risk and he's saying, okay, I'm risking, 2 or 3 SOL, but my upside is 10 SOL and my downside is like those SOLs are 0.
Yes.
This is the same kind of math here. The potential win is 45 grand.
I see, yeah.
And I'm risking $7,500. If I can get like a, what is that, a 5-to-1?
Yeah.
I'm taking that shit all day because you only have to get 1 out of every 5 trades right to break even. Not even, less than that, right? So like that's how you can take meme coins, but then just add a little bit more strategy to it, a little bit more risk management to it. And I'm telling you, dude, like we got guys who are trading these 100K accounts and they're making mid 5 figures off an $800 investment because it only costs you $800 to get access to this account. Mm-hmm. So the risk reward is huge. And let's say you nuke this entire account, you paid $800 to get access to it. So it's not like you're nuking your entire stack. It's not like you get rugged by the dev. Like the maximum, and so that's why it's similar to Frank. Like he knows his initial cost is $1 or a SOL or 2 SOL. And this is what I talked about in the last stream. What are you willing to lose? Get comfortable with that number. It becomes way easier to make money when you know the worst case scenario. The problem for you right now, Threadguy, is with GOAT, let's say you got 500K in GOAT. When do you cut it?
Yeah, I don't know when to sell.
How do you know when you're wrong? Right? Because you're in your mind, you go, if GOAT goes to $4, I'm fucking printing, bro. I'm up fucking $2 million. What happens if you're wrong? And where is that number wrong? So with what Frank does, he knows like, okay, I'm putting 1 SOL into this. My downside's $200 or $400, however many SOL he goes into it. You don't know your downside right now on
Here's
GOAT.
my question, man, is on this chart when was I wrong? Like if it came back to 3.5, am I wrong? Like if it...
Sorry, what chart is this?
This is
Shogun
Shogun,
again.
sorry. I got stopped out or sold, capitulated at like.
Where did you buy?
Way back here. I bought like second red candle, first green candle.
We all
Right
got
there.
in this one super early.
Like
so,
day one.
Okay, so
I bought here. And I
so you bought it
capitulated-
like under 10 mil market cap.
Yeah, I bought it like 3 mil, and I capitulated after like.
How much did you put in, if you don't mind me asking?
I probably
Is
put
it a number you're
like
comfortable saying?
10, 15K and like 3 mil.
Yeah.
So, dude, and let my peanut fumble be a perfect example for you on this.
Yeah.
You need to go into this coin willing to lose all 10K.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is our big
Okay.
thing.
This is my problem.
Okay, so I have actually a really good follow up here because I agree.
Sure.
I've learned this the hard way a million times, similar to your peanut story. Like, the best strategy sometimes with these low caps is just like never selling because the upside, the whole point, the reason you're doing it is because the upside is uncapped.
It's asymmetry at its finest.
Yes. So the question then is, at what point does it become like? Is it a market? At what point does it become like a logical game? Because for me, for example, and man, I have so many questions on this, but for me, for example, I'm sitting on a lot of bags that are up like a lot, but selling them is like traumatic. Like I'm pretty scared of selling them because they're not up retarded. They're up like a lot though. And so at what point, what are the signs for people even watching this that it's starting to get market made? It's starting to become a game where you can TA it. When does a coin graduate from like low cap, like entropy into like the laws of human, like similar to the Wolong thing you
Human
mentioned?
emotion.
Yeah,
yes.
human emotion. Yeah.
So I like to believe that every coin is
Fascinating. This is fascinating.
is done like that. However, once a coin establishes some significant volume, you're gonna be able to see it in the chart because it's gonna start trading less erratically. Right? So if you look at a coin like WIF, look at how WIF traded early on versus how WIF trades now. And you'll actually find that trading WIF early on was way easier than it was trading now, because in the early days of WIF, it went up and then it would just kind of slowly drift down, then it went up again. Whereas now you have these kind of almost very systematic pumps and dumps that are meant to shake you out. Like, look at this entire drawdown from $4 all the way down to like $1.80 that we just had. Like, from that top, like, to me, that is controlled fucking selling.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, those are,
Wow.
and it pumps just high enough for Ansem to tweet out that the hat stays on, and then it fully retraces the top.
And it goes up
And that's
here,
not
it
a
comes
shot
right
at that's
back
not a
down.
shot
I
at
get
Z.
it. I get what you
I
mean.
love Z, but you know what I mean? And that's the
Fuck.
logic behind it. Is they want to give you just enough hope that you want to buy back in. You go, maybe it's ready to go again. And then it makes a new low, a new low, a new low. And so once you start seeing those types of characteristics, that's when it tells me that there is smart players now controlling the movement of this coin.
So, okay, let's talk about a coin that's on like a super breakout. Can pull up the bully chart.
Hey, one question for you real quick, Maine, is like, how do you not sell this from 150 to like 1? Doesn't that look like, oh, it's cooked?
Well, I mean, that line that you drew there is like perfect. Like, that to me
it-
is exactly where it should
But
hold.
it like bounces, it saves, bounces again.
So here's how
makes a
here,
higher high, and then boom.
here's a better answer to your question. Where did this person buy, who in this example?
That's a good question.
And this is what I always tell people, because every time it bounced off of 150. So in that perfect example there, it went from 150 to 3. That's a double, right? And then it fully retraced it, made a new low.
Made a new
So
low.
when it doubled from 150 to 3, what was the timeline saying? Fucking whiff, hat still on. If you bought at 150, you're fucking hyped. You just 2x your money. If you're holding from 4.5 bill 6 months ago, you're like, I'm still down. Right? So everything's relative to when you bought and what you're willing to risk, right? And that's the problem most of these meme coin guys have. It's a double-edged sword, because my weakness is I'm almost too calculated. I'm like overthinking it. I'm taking profit at logical levels, and I prevent myself from hitting that fucking crazy moonbag. But I will never lose more than I want to, ever. Anytime I enter a trade, before I even consider buying a coin, I know exactly how much I'm willing to lose if I'm wrong. So if you're buying WIF,
that's so key.
if you're buying WIF, where are you buying and where are you wrong? You need to know that up front. And then even if it's going down, is it at that point where you're wrong? Not yet, right? So for you, for GOAT, you need to think about this right now. You need to know, where am I getting out of GOAT if it starts selling off. Because if you put in 500K, are you willing to let that go down and be 250? Like, are you going to rock through a 50% discount? Because you might say yes right now because it's not going down 50%
average is probably
right now.
like, at this point, it's probably like 650 is my average.
Okay, so that's pretty good. What would happen if it went back there? Are you going to puke?
It depends what the rest of the market looks like, honestly.
Right? So you got to get comfortable with these numbers and this situation before it happens, because the biggest mistakes you're going to make, like Shogoth, are you're going to see price trading down, and in your mind you go, oh fuck, I was up so much, now it's fully round trip my bag, maybe it's over, maybe I should just puke it, and then you end up forming the bottom. Because you know what the bottom is? It's the same human emotion that you and 1,000 other people are feeling.
If it lost this level, man, I sold right here on this first blue line. If it lost it and lost the second blue line and went under 3 mil, are you puking it, or you just ride that shit to zero?
Maybe, but if I only put 10K into it, no, I'm ready to lose that 10K.
This is the key.
It's the key,
It's like poker. When you go in on a hand that you hope, hey, maybe I'm gonna get something on the turn of the river, I'm already pot committed.
You're in,
Like, why am I changing my game plan now? I'm already ready to lose this amount of money, and I know that statistically this is the hand that I shove on. Like, that's just how you have to think of it.
Live with the outcome,
So
you got to live with the outcome, because you can't control the outcome. People always worry about the upside, which you can't control. You can control the downside.
So speaking on human emotion, wow, dude, this is so fun. Okay, so speaking on human emotion, like, one thing that this is the part that I'm trying to fucking understand better here, is like, how do you deal with the euphoria? Because in this market, sometimes it feels like things can go so high that it's hard to set like the ceiling on almost anything. And so I'm sitting in this position. And also when you buy the coins early, you're like, it's weird to see them valued so like high. And that's what's caused me to sell early on like on like a lot of stuff that I would have a lot more on. So I'm sitting in this position right now, man. And I was buying basically like here, and it's just up and to the right. And like him is bull posting it, and it's like taking over the time. I like the tech, I like the coin. But I'm trying to figure out, how do you deal with euphoria, or how do you deal with like these breakouts? And go for it.
It is tricky. Like, that's why it's called euphoria, right? It's the
tricky,
hardest emotion to manage.
Yeah.
So there's a few different ways that you could do it. One is you take some risk off the table, right? Because it's way easier to sit in something that might moon if you say, okay, I've at least locked in an initial or my 2x. Okay, I've locked in a double. I'm happy with that any day of the week, but I want to have some size on in case this becomes a fucking quadruple, a 10x, whatever it is. The other option is you leave yourself the ability to kind of trail up a stop. So at each of these major swing lows, you could mentally just say, okay, I'm comfortable as long as it doesn't go back below that low. I'm comfortable as long as it doesn't go back below that low. And for what I just was showing Threadguy, like each of those 4-hour red consolidations, they were the bottom before each of the next legs. So if this thing makes another all-time high from right here, that huge red candle in the middle of this current consolidation, that becomes the new floor. Like, if this makes an all-time high to 50, to me 27 to 30 should be the new floor.
Got it.
If it's going to just keep continuing this structured move up, and then in your mind you say, okay, as long as it doesn't go below 25, I'm a rocket. So that's one way.
It's interesting because it's almost like polar opposite strategies, trailing up a stop and then taking off on the top. Because like bringing up your stop, you're full riding your whole bag. And,
so I mean, it just depends what you're in for, what you're willing to lose. But the other option, the other thing that you can do as well, I think, is you always got to give yourself an opportunity to get back in. So let's say you're wrong and it goes lower than you thought, you cut, but then it proves to be bullish again. Don't prevent yourself from buying back in. Like, if the market reclaims a low, so a really easy way to do that is you mark out any of those swing lows. So you can mark out just with a line, that swing low there, that swing low there, and that swing low there. So there's 3 kind of major swing points that I see on the chart: the low, the low, and the low.
So like here?
Yeah, that's one. And then the one below it.
This?
Yeah, and then one more below it.
This is rectangle, right? Or that rectangle is wrong?
Yeah, no, you can leave that rectangle on. That'll be a future one. If we make a new high, that becomes the new support. So looking at those swing lows, that's where you're trailing your stop up, right? Because that's kind of your structure. Let's say it loses one. And now you're like, ah, fuck, I'm going to cut because I don't know. Bitcoin's looking shaky. If it reclaims, so let's say it goes below 19.
Yeah.
But then it reclaims it. To me, that's a really strong buy signal. So if it breaks a low and then reclaims it, why not buy? You have the easiest invalidation. If it went below and then got back above, your validation is it going back below again. So just get back in. A lot of people have a really hard time rebuying a bag.
Yeah.
Right? They're like, well, I already fucking sold it. I already took my cash. It went lower than I thought. Like, why freeze yourself out of the market, bro? Never. The other option for a bigger coin, once they get listed on a centralized exchange, take short exposure on the perps. So this is what you can do with GOAT.
I've been hearing about this. Yeah. Okay, tell me.
So for you, Threadguy, like if you think the market looks kind of shaky, but you're like, I don't want to sell my GOAT because I own the spot GOAT. I don't want to sell it. Take a short on GOAT perps, on Hyperliquid, on Breakout, on any exchange you want to use. Do it on Breakout. And then that way, if it does pull back 30%, you're capturing some of that delta without ever getting out of your short position. So when I So I have two types. I have three portfolios. I have my day trading portfolio, I have my spot portfolio, and then I have cold storage. My spot portfolio, I'm trying to buy low near the start of the cycle. I'm trying to sell high near the end of the cycle, right? Day trading is day trading. My cold storage, I never sell. So when the bear market inevitably comes, let's say Bitcoin goes to 150 and I say, okay, I think it's over, I will start shorting 1-to-1 of my cold storage.
Oh, that's so gross.
Whoa.
That way, that Bitcoin that I own, right, I'm not ever selling that Bitcoin. I still own it because what if I'm wrong? But I'm willing to risk some dollars to capture some of that downside delta. And I actually had this conversation with Threadguy the other day, and I think that that's what maybe Murad might do or have to do to get out of his position. I don't know how else he'll be able to get out. Right? But let's think like an evil supervillain for a second. I'm Murad. Anything I say, people are going to ape. People are tracking my wallets. If I sell anywhere before my targets, it's going to cause a cascade. Well, then couldn't I perhaps sell my... couldn't I perhaps short my list on perps and then sell some from my tracked wallets, causing a lick cascade, printing on fucking perps?
Whoa.
Like, that's free money. That's
disgusting.
Is that really, really shady and fucked up? Absolutely. But, I mean, everybody here is game's game, bro. Everyone here is a shark. Everyone here is a shark.
Yeah. Fuck.
I tell people this every day on my streams. I say, you have to assume the worst in everyone. And I know there's a lot of really nice people. I consider myself a nice guy. I'm not trying to fuck people over. But I absolutely care about me making money more than I care about you making money. And I'm one of the nice guys. So think about the not so nice guys. Anytime someone's tweeting a ticker, anytime someone's giving you a fucking hot gem, this is the next shit, they have financial incentive in you buying after them. Whether they're selling into you, whether they own it from lower, always assume the worst. It's kind of depressing, but that's how you need to operate in this game.
Real. Whoa. Wow. Damn, dude, that's the Murad thing is also crazy too. That's nuts. Didn't think about that.
That's the only. I don't know how LTX it's, bro.
Yeah,
like, how's he get out? Because he's saying SPX 6900 is gonna be worth more in Dogecoin right now.
Yeah.
Maybe, but what if he's wrong? How the fuck does he get out?
Any of his bags that don't get listed, that's where it becomes really tricky. Yeah, obviously, like with the central exchange, I guess he gets ended there. But
yeah, unless he's doing some sort of OTC. But he's gonna have to do some very creative accounting to sell without nuking the bag.
Yeah. Wow.
So you would rectangle this right here, man. This red candle before the fucking.
So I would even just draw that box out. That's kind of where you want this to hold if it's gonna go higher.
Hey, did I just draw a correct rectangle right here?
Yeah, I think that looks good. So like right where it is right now, ideally it should hold here. What coin is this?
SPX.
It's kind of looking like a buy.
So let's go to Breakout. Let's buy it right now.
Oh, let's go to fucking
shit.
Breakout. I'm gonna chart it on here as well. So based off your.
So I'm looking at SPX here on the daily. We don't have the same level of
history.
price history because we
Yeah.
just added it.
So if I go,
So I think look at deck screener for it,
yeah.
and
So
let's
this
get
is
the numbers
daily.
from there.
Is this how you would do this, main? Like, there was this red candle right here, and then we ripped and broke through it.
I would probably buy this right now,
Right
to be
now,
honest
right?
with
Yeah,
you.
I know, right?
And
Yeah.
let me just see where I'd put my stop here.
Like, would the stop be below like 500?
Watch me just give some terrible advice so everyone copies us and loses money.
Is the stop like 450?
No, I was coming to the same conclusion, so I feel
Yeah.
It's not bad. It looks
Below
good.
450?
I think that's
440?
safe. Yeah, I think that's safe. Safe enough. So go into
bro.
breakout, hit the little plus sign on the right hand side there. Let's put in our buy.
Limit buy.
So the stop loss, we're saying what, 45?
Protection order. Stop loss, I said like 42.
42? Okay.
0.42.
And where's the take profit, do you think? Go back to the chart. What's all-time high?
0.42. All-time high is like, it whipped to like 915.
So let's do $1.
Take profit.
Just one.
And then
And now for the lot size, this is where you just determine how big you want to go. So
I like
it will show
Brian,
it
let's
will
gotta make
show
a
you
comeback.
it will show you your risk and your reward, right? So with 50,000, you're risking 11,000 to make 17. It's like a 1.7 to 1. It's not the best, not the worst.
How many lots do you think?
I think oh, I want to go. I'm going to do market buy. So change your order type to market.
Why is that? You want to buy it right here?
Well, just that way we don't have to guess the price. I'm going to do 7,500. Let's just do a quick little scalp on stream for the boys here.
7,500. That's small, isn't it? What about 75,000?
I think what it there. I think let me just see here. 13,000. Yeah, so do 13,000. And do it twice. So I'll show you something cool here in a sec. So just hit send order.
Is this right?
So just do
Everything right?
13,000. I think so. I can't really see, but yeah.
Fingers
assume you
crossed.
got it right.
All right. So we just market bought it, right? Yeah, filled.
Yeah.
Stop
So
loss
in
is
your
down here. Take profit is
you
up
can
here.
see you can see your position window over there on the left. You can make that bigger if you want, like down
okay.
below. So you can drag it sideways as well, just to spread it out.
So we have.
So you can see that you're in.
Oh, I'm in.
I would X out that the order one. You don't need to look at that. And then this will make
Nice.
it a little bit easier to see. So you can see your current price. We're in.
We're in.
So it's as easy as that to fucking trade. So what we have going on at Breakout right now is we have thousands of people buying these accounts and just aping meme coins, exactly like you're doing
So
right now.
sick. Yeah.
And so there's not a lot of places where we'll give you leverage, basically. That's what you're buying. You're buying leverage with us. And
Yeah.
you could trade up to $200,000 position on some of these meme coins. And for a lot of people, like, I'm not saying this is a product for someone who's got millions of dollars, but if you got like a 10K port, this is a great product because now you can slang a 200K position and you're not putting up fucking your entire stack on a centralized exchange. It also protects you because the downside's fixed. You pay $800 for this $100,000 account. If you blow it, you're out $800. Whereas if you put 10K of your own money on Photon and you fucking blow that 10K, that money's gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dude, this is gonna be big, man. Holy shit.
Wow, wouldn't it be
Sick.
so
Dude,
cool if it was a long-term stream sponsor and main came on 4 days a week? Why'd
Bro,
say to do
you
it?
know
This is sick, man.
I tried to sponsor you like
I
fucking
know.
6 months ago, and you
Times
don't
have
even respond to my
changed.
texts, bro.
Times-
Well, I come on your stream and the numbers pop, and now all of a sudden you're phone calling me,
Yeah, tell him,
you're
Frank.
answering
No,
my
man,
text.
Tell him, Frank.
Honestly, like, I honestly just didn't know you were this sick. To be totally real, like, this is your fucking
That's
legend.
okay.
Man. This is awesome, man. Like, this is.
Wait, chat's saying it's a limit order. You're not in market position.
He's in. I'm looking at the position right
What are
now.
you
He's
talking
in the
about?
trade.
Oh, they're laughing at your comment. Actually, never mind. You said to do it twice.
Well, you could double up the position if you want. So the reason that
Why would I
you
do
could
two
do it
different ones?
because then you can have a different take profit for each position. So it's like having a partial.
like a
So maybe
move
we
back.
take, maybe we take half off at $1, and then the second position you go for $1.50 kind of thing, right?
All right. So market. We did 13,000, right?
Yes, 13,000. Do market and switch it to buy.
Is that too much?
So don't do protection orders on this one. Just hit buy, and I'll just show these guys. Too many. Delete 1 0 or 2
right.
zeros.
I think that's right now.
That's 130. One more. Yeah.
Cool.
There you go.
Cool.
So hit send order. Don't use the projection orders on this one. I'll show you guys. This is just for the chat to see. So go ahead and hit Y.
Oh, it popped out. That was weird. Maybe I don't have enough money. Did I put too much?
You got $90,000 of free margin.
But we have that GOAT position open, right?
Yeah, but the trade's not in, right? So the margin's still free.
Oh yeah, the trade's not in.
Try it again.
I don't know. Just do 1,000 or so. It doesn't matter. I'm just gonna show people something.
What does order duration mean?
So hit. That's just that you're not gonna really ever.
Yeah, I'm in market. Sorry.
That's if you do like. There's different order types.
Order rejected.
So what's it say up there? Your order cannot be executed.
Error code 307.
Can you contact your account manager?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am the account manager, and I don't even know what's going on. I'll look into that. But what you can do, so double click on your position, like in the position window. So you can edit things from there. You can also drag and drop them on the chart. So let's say this shit starts ripping, and you're like, I don't want to fucking close it. You can go in here. You can edit your take profit to 150, let's say. Or you can drag it up. And so it works just like Photon. It works just like, Bybit or whatever. You can drag all your shit around. And so like our biggest profit taking guy last week, let me see. I'm going to pull up his page here. So if you go to our Twitter, we post all the people getting paid and we'll post all of our new listings. So we had a guy last week named Adrian. So he's got two $100,000 accounts. He's pulled out 75 grand from us over 86 trades.
Wow.
He's got 67% win rate, and he's primarily trading whiff, sol, and bonk. So he put in $1,600, and he's pulled out 75K.
Wow.
Now, obviously, some people put in more. We've got a guy who made $31,000 off of Moodang. 6 trades, just trading Moodang. So, like, we got people doing this shit all fucking day, and a lot of them are primarily trading meme coins. It's hilarious. Another guy, he put in $100 to get a 10K account. He took 19 trades. He took out $3 grand. So $100 investment, $3,000 you're pulling out. So there's a lot of opportunity here for people who want to buy coins a little bit more strategically than just aping in spot. You know what I mean?
This is sick. I want another SPX position. I like it though. Looks good. Send it.
Yeah, like this is exactly where it should hold, right? Like
what about
based
my
on
biggest
that
bag,
chart.
man? My biggest bag.
Are we going back to GOAT?
Nope.
Oh, it's MOG.
It's MOG.
Okay, we got MOG on Breakout for sure.
You do. Should we just chart it on?
Yeah, let's go. I think because
Index?
we've had it on Breakout for a decent amount of time, so there's enough history that we can see. Dude, MOG is ripping, bro.
Ripping, bro. Is that the old?
You said you got
high?
in at like 10 mil.
10 mil. Yeah. It doesn't have the old all-time high. Should we? Do you want
So
to
go to the
here?
go to the weekly on Breakout. So do you see that level right there around like 232, 230 right there?
You like this right here?
Yeah, like that to me down to like 2 to 230. That's where I would be watching for a bounce if this thing were to come back.
Why 230?
So it's the middle of that.
The middle of the red.
So the red candle, you can mark out the whole red candle, but how I like to play it is I like to buy at the top and I like to buy at the halfway point.
So maybe like
I'm just
horizontal.
Yeah, I'm just eyeballing it, but you could calculate exactly what the half is. You could also pull a fib from the top of the candle to the bottom. You guys want to see another cool trick with some TA shit? Well, might as well. Let me continue. Fucking spit some game for you guys.
Yeah, please.
Okay, so I want you to go over to Deck Screener.
How pretty is this chart?
Dude, it looks awesome.
What do you do with this old do you mark
I'm gonna show you some fucking.
Chart this thing like your life depends on it, bro. Because my life does.
Should I share my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah. The only problem is I don't know how to.
I think if you just pull up my Discord here.
Yeah, but the problem is, let's see if I can fix this. All right. Yeah, there you go. Share your screen.
Okay, one sec here. Oh, bro, look, I had buy levels on MOG. I haven't looked at this in ages. That's so funny. Okay.
Oh, I should probably stop.
Let me know if you can. Let me know if you can see my screen now.
Yes.
Yes. Cool. You're good. Oh yeah.
Look at these levels I had on Mog. I never even
Oh.
bought these, bro. That's brutal. Okay, so I'll show you something real cool.
I'm hyped.
So you guys know what the Fibonacci is, right? Like the Fib tool.
Explain it
I'm
again.
sure
Yeah. Give me some.
So a lot of people like to think like a super fucking esoteric shit with the Fib, like, oh, it's fucking, the
Nicolas
Fibonacci
Cage,
numbers.
Golden Age number, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the back of the Constitution. He's fucking stealing the Constitution.
Yeah.
Same movie we're talking about, but and I agree. Like these Fibonacci ratios and these numbers are ubiquitous in nature, right? Like the diameter or the Fib spiral fits in your ear, and it also fits in a fucking shellfish on the beach. That sure, it's in your DNA. Cool. The market moves in measured moves. The way that I use the Fibonacci is like a ruler, right? It's like a ruler. So I'll set my settings. I'll show you the settings I use. So when you open up the Fib, I like to focus on the 618, the 50, the 786. So just these ones here. I'll do extend lines to the right, and then I also just make them one color and I hit reverse just because I like to pull it that way, and then I use no background. So this is how I set up my Fib. And really what we're looking for here is price moves in measured ways. And so what I mean by that is along with those support and resistance levels that you use, you can use the Fibs to predict where a pullback is going to end. And generally, pullbacks will end in what a lot of traders, they like to call it the sweet spot or the golden pocket. I'm sure you've seen people talk about it. I think I have these backwards.
This clip's about to go crazy. This clip's gonna go so far.
Where the fuck is sorry guys.
Okay.
There we go. Does that make fucking sense? Okay, so when I use Fibs, I use them to try and predict where a pullback is going to end, and I try and line that up with my support and resistance levels. And I'll show you it on the chart first, and then what I'll do is I'll try and explain where the, nature part of it, kind of fits in. So ideally here, you want to be taking your Fib low, so the 1, and you want to be putting it at the swing low, and then you want to put the 0 at the swing high. So when a swing is finished, you pull from 0 to 1, right? So I've just put the 1 at the very swing low here, and I've put the 1 at the very swing high here. And you'll notice right where price ended up bottoming out was between these two levels here, the 618 and the 786. So the kind of esoteric thought process on why Fib works is this is exactly how far they should pull price back to make enough people feel like Threadguy on Shogoth to puke his bag.
Wow.
That number is coded into your fucking DNA, and in the chart, when something goes up a shit ton, and then it pulls back like this, the average person thinks it's fucking over, right?
Yep.
But what you do is you say, well, actually, this is pulling back exactly where I wanted it to. Exactly where I wanted it to. And that's why so many times when you puke a pullback, if you pull your Fib from the impulse, the move that went up, price is going to pull back to that fucking Fib, and that's exactly where you fucking puke the position. Exactly where you wanted to. And now using Fibs even further, you can actually use them to project future price targets. So the 618, for example, I'm pretty confident if I pull this from here to here. So there's your swing point. So as you can see here, I'll go on a little bit of a lower time frame here. That initial pullback, right? This entire rally, right? What is happening here? People are shitting their pants, shitting their pants.
Lines. Yeah.
Where does it stop, right? And where else did it stop? Would you not have had like one of those big old fucking boxes that I draw right fucking here?
Right from the
in this thing?
Right fucking there. Whoa. Wow.
So when you can line up the Fib along with your SR or your order block, whatever the fuck you want to call it, you'll get really high hit rate signals. And then if I want to project how high price is going to go, I'll just turn on some of these projections. So this is 1.168 is just one extension, one standard deviation of this distance.
Whoa.
And if you plot that out here, this to me, based on the amplitude of this wave, this to me becomes the mathematical measured move target. So when you were asking me earlier, how do you predict how far price is going to go when it's in price discovery? A lot of people will use fibs in this way to measure a move. So the concept is simple. They say markets move in measured moves. They're mathematical. So if I take this as my wave, I can put one standard deviation of this to this above, and that plots me to here. The fib will do that for you. So you could do this for any number. You could take a 1-to-1 standard deviation, and that's probably, if I had to guess, right where we are right now. So if I put -1 here, there you go. That's one standard deviation of this move just stacked on top of itself. That's exactly where price is right now. So if you're trying to say, hey, where do I take profits?
Yeah.
To me, this is the next logical target for higher prices, whatever this is, 0.33.
Yeah. Why did you go 0 to 1?
So this one's a little goofy because
it's like, not the old all-time high.
We can do the old all-time high. We can do any of these,
I'm just
and
curious
it will work.
why you did it that way.
You can take any price swing you want. So watch this. I'll take this very initial price swing.
No way this works.
And I bet you price interacts right at that. Look where the higher low formed. Like where'd this initial pump retrace to after?
Wow, the bottom of that
right into there.
thing.
And now if you go up to the 168, let's extend out a bunch. Let's do like the 3. Let's do the 2. And let's just extend these out in time. And you can do an infinite number of these. So where's the next bottom, right? Right at the 3 standard deviations just of the amplitude of this wave. So if you like, I'm sure you've seen guys like use Elliott wave theory and shit like that. They'll use Fibonacci's in this exact same way to try and predict the moves. But I use just the standard retracement. Here to here, where's the bottom? 786, 618.
Pocket.
Take this here. Right? Where's the bottom? Right at the 786, 618. So if you have this next leg, let's assume that this next price leg makes another high. So let's assume that price does this. My next buy, or where I want price to bottom out, would be here, right? 786. And that also lines up perfectly with that area that we had drawn out. Old all-time high, support, resistance. So this is just like another tool that you can add when you're looking to buy the dip on an altcoin.
What's the lowest time frame that you feel like this stops working? Or can you use this on the 1 minute?
Theoretically, price is fractal. So what works on one time frame should work on all of them.
Okay.
Because the idea is that you'll see patterns within patterns within patterns.
Yeah.
So something that's playing out on the 5-minute chart is just a very sped up version of what's playing out on the daily chart. So in theory, this works on anything. I don't know why my deck screener is so shitty. Like I try and type in coins here and it just doesn't pull them up.
Yeah, it sucks.
So let me do something else here. Hold on.
I'm
gonna share my
in the order books on your head on these 10K caps, boys.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, this shit is just like.
No, this is sick,
when you,
dude. I need this,
when you
honestly,
get it.
I'm sitting in too many bags, man. Like,
we need this multiple days.
I need like something to ground. At what point do I buy and sell at this point? Like, this is crazy. Yeah.
So can you see my trading view now?
Yes. Oh.
Okay. So
pretty.
This is GOAT.
Oh, look at that chart, man. Give us GOAT.
So when I pull my fib here from here to here, I'll get my 618 tap right there, right?
Pocket.
And where did it line up with? It lined up right with that red candle that I told you to mark on Twitter. Right? Wow. And the idea here now is let's look at this tiny little price leg right in here. But let's zoom in to Frank's point. So within, this is now the 30-minute chart. I'm within this higher time frame buy area. I could pull my fib from this low to this high, and it will give me the exact same pattern. So I'm going to delete these older ones here, or these high time frame ones here, just because it's messy. So within that, do I not have a demand zone on the 30-minute chart.
Whoa,
Within the
bro.
exact same thing. And why is this even a high? And why did this 30-minute little pullback give us this rip? Because it was within that 12-hour or that weekly pullback, right? So if you ever want to refine your entry and dial it in, just go to a lower time frame. So Bitcoin, for example, I got long on this pullback here on
This is, I can't believe this
on
is free.
stream.
This
This is unreal.
disgusting.
The fact that the fact you just zoomed into a random spot and hit it and it worked is insane.
So there's that pull, right? This was the move that led to all-time high. So I took this long on Twitter or on YouTube. I took it on Twitter as well. But I was like, I'm longing this. This is exactly where it should bounce on Bitcoin. You can go in with unlimited amounts of detail here, and you can find the same pattern play out within the move itself. And that's how you get from having a very wide entry box to a much smaller entry box, because I can say, okay, well, I know that I want to buy here. I think that we're bullish here. Instead of aping just here, I'm going to wait for a low time frame impulse and a low time frame retrace. And I bet you the close of this candle, not the wick, but I bet you the close is pretty damn close to being on like one of the fibs, right about the 6.8. I changed it to 79, but this is the 78.6. So now I've just done the exact same pull, the exact same thing over and over and over again. So when I say price is fractal, this is kind of what I mean. And you can do this an infinite amount of times on an infinite amount of pullbacks.
Chad had an interesting question that, like, if everyone knows this, what's the edge? Like, how does this work still?
So there's the great question. So I've been posting on Twitter since 2018. And I share my entire trading strategy. I tell people exactly how I'm entering, exactly where I'm entering, why I'm entering. And people always ask me about edge erosion. Mm-hmm. They're like, why will this continue to work? One, I'm a fucking flea on the back of a fucking horse that is the market. You know what I mean? So are all of us. Like, everyone always talks about retail. We are retail. Yeah. So that's reason number one. We're insignificant to the market in general. Two, just because I show you how to do something doesn't mean you're going to do it. You know what I mean?
True.
Like, I can show you exactly how to swing a golf club. It does not mean you can swing a club like me, because I've done it 10,000 times. You haven't.
Yeah, real.
The third reason is because there's knowing how to do the shit on the chart. Like, I can show you all shits on the chart. Well, you're like, holy shit. But like, I'm doing all this in hindsight. So if you go on my YouTube, starting on November, what was the weekend before election? Go on my YouTube from Friday, November 1st, and watch every video I posted. There's like 3 or 4 of them. I'm doing a compilation. I'll send it to you guys once my editor's done.
Tradermayne.
Yeah.
So from Friday the 1st to Monday the 5th, that long that I just showed you on Bitcoin here, I posted. It looks very easy in hindsight. It's like, oh, you just buy this. I did it in advance. So when we were here, I was like, it's gonna pull back to here. We're gonna long it, and then it's gonna go to all-time high. So it's way cooler when you don't do it in hindsight. But what my point is I can show you how to do it. I can show you all sorts of crazy stuff on the charts, but actually executing is way harder than doing the TA. I can show you how to mark up a chart. I can show you an entire trading system in a few days. And you'll know exactly where to enter, why, where to put your stop. But the likelihood of you doing it, sticking to the plan, managing the emotions throughout is like nil. Because that stuff I can't teach you. That stuff you learn by doing, right? Like, you got to get the reps in.
Okay, so quick question then. So it sounds like, okay, you know a little bit my spray and pray strat. If I could only do like 2 or 3 things that I need to start implementing now after hearing this, is it like put the fib retracements on all the stuff you got? Like, what would help me the most? Because I basically do very little with the chart, and I do feel like a fish a lot of the time, especially when I hit a runner, that I'm just getting outmaneuvered. Like, what's your take on a few things I should start doing first?
Go show me. I'm gonna stop sharing here. Pull up a couple charts that you were in that worked out, and that maybe you puked, or pull up a chart that like you're in and it didn't work out and you want to know why, and then I'll be able to answer your question very well.
Very interesting one. Let me pull it up.
Did you see it, man?
Not yet. Not on Discord, at least.
I'll pull it up and then I can do it. I have a very interesting one. Here we go. We'll go by the 1 minute. Okay. Because this one could have made me rich, man. I'm not gonna lie. This would have been $1 million trade.
Fix your screen share.
Yeah, let me fix. Yeah, you got it.
I can see it on Twitch if that's all that matters.
We'll get it.
Also, I definitely did leak my username and password. Am I fucked on that?
And no, it's fine because I made it a non-withdrawable account, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, can you see this now? You should be able to.
Is it working?
No, but that's okay.
Oh, I think you need to stop.
You
streaming.
stop
Oh
streaming.
no, I got it now.
Cool, sick.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So show me what you're trying to do.
All right, so this is this coin called
Yeah, so
Eagle.
close out of your Discord here. Okay,
Oh.
Eagle.
Yeah. This is called Eagle, and basically, I bought the coin around this. I think around on the recovery here. So like 250, 300K, etc. And I ended up selling. I felt like a G for selling it right around I think I started selling around 4 to 5 mil, and then I felt smart because it started to crash like a lot. And this felt like it was over, like around here. Sure. And then on the recovery, you're thinking, I feel like I've been in so many of these spots where this moment is actually like where it dies. And then it starts to catch a bit, and then it ranges a lot. So I'm just thinking like, all right, I didn't sell like the Pico top, but it's whatever. And I was watching it the whole time, man. That's what kills me and then it just blew. And okay, yeah. So I know this is like a hard question, but what do I do differently it was a lucky spot.
So go to the 15-minute chart.
Okay.
Maybe 5, not quite enough detail on that. Yeah, that thing got aggressive.
It got aggressive. Yeah.
So the 5-minute chart here, what I'm trying to just show you is you can kind of see a clear path of structure. Like you see that first leg up, and then it retraces, and then legs up again, then it retraces. So what I'm doing mentally is as long as it's maintaining that structure, I'm riding it, right? So if you scroll up to where you sold, right, like that
right
first
around here,
it never broke that structure. Like as much as on the 1-minute chart, it looked like it was over. On the 15-minute chart, doesn't this just kind of look like a pullback into that demand there? So sometimes when you're too zoomed in, it's hard to make decisions because a 5% drop looks like the nuke from fucking, Hiroshima. Whereas when you zoom out a little bit, it was holding structure this entire time. So when I talk to you about like trailing stops, visually you can kind of see, okay, it made a higher low, another higher low, another higher low, and it never really broke that structure. It keeps scrolling up. Like, let's see how high it went before it broke structure.
Yeah, let's see where it broke structure. This is
so even in this distribution, that low there never gets broken.
Fuck.
Right? And then it kind of gets a little sketchy there, sure. But it's just going sideways here. And now you could probably now it's kind of looks like shit, right? So as soon as it kind of lost that low up at 20 mil, right there. As soon as it lost that low to the left there, like you see, move your pointer a little more left, a little more, like that right there. As soon as it lost below that kind of low, that's when the structure changed and it started going down. So maybe what might help you is when you're in on the 1 minute and you've been in the coin long enough that you can zoom out to the 5 minute.
Banger.
Just try and see like, okay, is this over or is this just now the 5 minute chart starting to put in a higher low?
That's a banger. Actually, makes sense. Also, okay, so you said earlier trailing stops versus like pulling out. When a trade happens, it's really fast. How do you kind of choose your strat on maximal, like kind of extracting if you feel like this move might not last forever? Like how do you evaluate how long this move is going to last?
So that's a better question for you than me because I'm not in the meme trenches like you are. Like I'm sure you're looking at certain things like the holder distribution. You're looking at the Twitter account. Are they
you're
posting?
Constantly looking for new info. That's what it feels like. Is like that it can materially shift, the direction.
Yeah. And so again, to the point that we were talking about earlier, how do you tell when like a sophisticated player has come in?
Yes.
The charts that have smart people, because if I were to launch a coin, I would want to have some really smart people paint the chart for me early on. Right? Like that's what I would be looking for. I would be looking for does it look like there's some rhyme or reason to the moves up and then where they retrace to? Are they defending price floors? Or is this thing just like look completely erratic and it's very clearly just a bunch of retards PvPing each other?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's obviously, I would even have to myself try and look into it a little more to try and say, okay, how early can you identify like when a chart is, you know, being moved by some smart people? So like early on in GOAT, I think it was quite clear when they defended that first 50% drop and everyone was shitting and it
You tweeted
bounced.
it, right?
Yeah, I tweeted. I'm like, this is exactly where GOAT needs to bounce. When that happened, that tells me that the large holders behind GOAT are organized.
Yeah.
Whether or not they have a market maker, I don't know. But the people who hold the supply are in a group chat together and they're like, we're defending this motherfucker right here. And that's the kind of shit you want to see. When you see a coin that's just completely erratic, you're like, okay, there's a very good chance that everyone here is just PvPing each other and it's going up, so they're buying. And then it starts selling and everyone piles in and it fucking nukes. So you want to think like, always imagine yourself as a market maker.
When a sophisticated players like enter. That's actually like, that's cute.
And what would you do if you were the sophisticated player? Like if you were the person painting this chart, like where would you think price shouldn't go any lower then? And is it respecting that area? Then there's a pretty good chance that there's some like-minded people with a lot of money. And this can happen on any time frame. I mean, even a small $10 million coin can have players in it. Like if you go look at some of these coins that were just suppressed to shit forever, like the charts just look like dog shit for so long. Like a really good example, I think, is Harry Potter, right? The Harry Potter one.
Yeah.
Because what's the fucking ticker? Harry
Bitcoin,
Potter,
ticker
Soda.
Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, ticker. So this one, to me, as much as yeah, I'll share it once I just get it up here. Let's just make sure this is a good example before I start talking mad shit.
That's sick.
This is so
Damn.
good. We gotta
Sophisticated players have entered. Sophisticated players have entered. That's my new
Yeah,
call out to the chat.
Exactly, exactly. I believe the fucking smart money is entered
Even
the
the
fucking
poker
chat.
analogy is really clean. Like it makes sense because I meet some guys that are really sharp on meme coins. I always wonder why don't they do more of the low cap stuff because the upside is asymmetric. But it makes sense. It's like they don't want to play a game where they don't understand who they're fucking playing against. It's just too erratic. Yeah.
Dude, so I'm like, I know how to play poker.
Yeah.
I'm like a decent poker player, but I'm not like sharp. I'm not like a sharp. And so I got invited to like a Campai Panda event in Miami a couple years ago, and there was like a poker game was part of it. And like I got sat away from my friends, and my buddy's like, dude, these guys are pros. I was like, I'm just gonna play like a retard. Like, because like I like straight up went in there. I'm like, oh, I don't really play that much poker. And I was like, I'm just gonna play like a retard. And I pissed this one guy off so much, and I cleaned him out because he's like, how would you call on that? I was like, I felt like it. You know what I mean? And like, and that's the problem. Some people are too big brain for their own fucking good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's what makes it an unsolvable game, which is like the best part about it. It's just always
I mean, you can play it for it forever.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but yeah, there's like, it's so funny because I've been around crypto for a long time, and like, so Wolong, like when that shit came out, like this was when regular coins were getting listed on these new exchanges. That's how it worked. It wasn't really pump fund, but it was altcoins getting listed on the exchanges. Back then it was Cryptsy and MintPal and all these fucking OG exchanges, and these coins would get listed, and these guys were the cabal. Like they were the OG cabal. These Wolong guys, fucking Kobe, actual Vice BTC. These guys were market making coins like manually, which is all done now. Obviously, there's very sophisticated players that do it now, but like back in the day, it was these guys in group chats being like, okay, like we're holding the floor here, we're suppressing price.
Wow.
And you do the test pump. So Harry Potter, Obama Shah, okay, I've got it here.
Yeah, sure.
Because this chart looked like it was never going to go up. But there's just one line on the chart that never got disrespected, and to me, that was like the clue that this is it's eventually gonna go, and like they're holding it for a reason. So, can you see my shit?
Yeah.
So to me, like this is one of those charts where it's like it went forever, right? Like it didn't seem like it was gonna break out. Like for ages, it pumped, full retrace, and then it finally got that kind of like breakout of the range. But like, you can't tell me that the holders of this coin were looking at this chart and saying like, hey, we'll like let it go up, we'll let it fucking trend, but like we're not gonna let it go below here, like this fucking zone right here. Like, they just never did.
Yeah.
And then when it made a new leg up, they said, okay, it's not gonna go below this zone here.
Whoa.
Right? Like, this is where that last impulse happened, and then it came right back to it. And if I pull my Fibonacci from this low to this high, you bet your ass that the 61.8 and the 78.6 are probably these two exact lines.
Do it.
Right? So there's your 78.6 right fucking there, right like within a couple points of the bottom. So it's just like,
that's nuts.
Now, if you want to go into it in deep and try and figure out, like, I don't try and go that esoteric with it. I just know it works, so I just do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if I'm looking at this chart right now, like, it kind of looks a little shitty. Sure. But if it were to pull back from this high down to this low, oops, I did it backwards. From this low down to this high, like, it's kind of in the area where it should bounce, in my opinion. Like, it's hit the 71.6, 61.8, just about the 78.6. So if you're like looking to buy a chart, I look at something like this. I say, okay, this looks like it's at pretty good support here if the market's going to continue higher. Now, the only time all of this shit gets absolutely thrown out the window is when Bitcoin takes shit, right?
Yeah.
That's when all rules go out the window, because Bitcoin is the dominant asset. It's a liquidity black void. So if Bitcoin drops 10%, your little box and your little Fibonacci is not going to do shit. But when the market is trending and coins have the breathing room to trade higher, this is the kind of shit you need to be doing. So a lot of people probably bought this coin over the last month when it went up 100%, and they're going to puke it now that it's dropped 30, 40, 50%. And if the market continues bullish, I would not be surprised whatsoever if the higher low forms somewhere in this area here.
Damn.
Before the next leg up.
Clean.
And
this is
it's just
beautiful.
over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Infinite assets you can do this with. I do this shit in currencies. I do this shit with stocks. It works the exact same.
Tradermayne,
Fractal.
this was incredible. I have to rug you here, but chat, can we get some W's for fucking Tradermayne? Holy shit.
Hope you guys
That was
learned something.
wild.
Sick.
We gotta. I'll call you off stream, but we gotta figure out a setup here where we can do this more often, because this is sick.
Yeah, no, dude, there's a lot of fun. Definitely down to come and chill with you guys, share with you guys some
fucking
fucking
chat.
The
alpha.
chat is
Look
going
at the fucking
crazy
chat,
right
dude.
now. All dubs.
They're losing.
That's what's up.
This is sick, man.
They love the neck.
They love the
Chat, I'm about to be unlocking my Fibonacci on these 20k cap coins. You guys are cooked.
Here's how the progression of fibs go is you like learn about it,
Yeah.
and then you're gonna go back to every fucking chart you've ever traded, and you're gonna like draw the fib, and you're gonna go, motherfucker. Like,
Oh,
I was
God.
the guy who sold the 78.6 pullback. And then you're going to learn. You're going to be like, okay, where should this pull back to, right? Where would, and if you like take trading seriously, like I used to journal all my trades back in the day. And when I was in a trade, I would write down what I was feeling. And that motherfucker would map up to that fucking Wall Street cheat sheet on every trade, every time frame. Because I would puke at the bottom and I'd say, fuck, I feel like it's over. This shit's never coming back. Like, blah, blah, blah. And then it fucking bounces. And then you realize it's like the human emotions are painting the chart. Like, that's what it is. Euphoria, you could paint it all on the chart.
Dude, Wolang.
And those
I'm gonna read
Wulong, yeah, man. Wulong.
Wulong.
That's the craziest like that's a gem on gems. I'm about to eat
Yeah,
that.
read that shit. Read that shit for sure.
Yeah.
It's fucking super good. And go use Threadguy's fucking link. Buy
Hey,
some
did
breakout
anyone sign up
accounts
in the last,
and
like,
lose
hour?
all your money. Let me check.
So we might have to get a little stream deal, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, I offered you a deal
I
like
know.
in
I
Nashville,
had nothing
and
to
then you
sell
just.
you though, bro. I had nothing to sponsor.
I told you I don't need money. I was like, bro, I want to give you money. Like
I
when
know.
you told me that you self-funded your entire trip to like go see Tate, I'm like, that's crazy.
No, I had nothing to sell sponsor-wise, but now.
Oh, you've already got you
now
already
the
had
game's
a
changed.
couple people buy, bro.
Oh yeah,
Cool.
sick.
Yeah.
Fuck
So
you, TG.
if you guys want to fucking trade meme coins and have a 100K account to do it, Breakout's a fucking fantastic option. keep in mind, these are going to be coins that are listed on centralized exchanges. So they've got to have a little bit of juice already. Like if you're trying to trade the pump fund shit, that's not going to be on here yet. But once something graduates, starts getting listed on centralized exchanges, we'll list it. And you can fucking ape it with 200K.
Damn, hella people in chat are saying they bought.
It's a sick idea, man.
Let's go.
$800 for 100K.
Beautiful.
Main,
And yeah, the cheapest account's $50, so you don't have to have $800. You can get a 5K account with $50.
Hey, everybody in chat right now that learned something, tweet at Tradermayne, say we love you, we only love you because you came on Threadguy stream, so we can pay rent. Man, you're the GoPro. I'm gonna hit you up off stream.
Appreciate it, guys.